Tune in to the Williams College Football Show this week.
Also make sure to come to Farley-Lamb Field Saturday at noon for the biggest little game in America. Beat Amherst!
Come all ye sons of William, sing as we march down the field. Cheer till the hills and valleys ring, with never a thought to yield. We'll back the team in every game, with them in every play.
Welcome to the Williams College Football Show, brought to you by the Williams Sideline Quarterback Club, supporting Williams football since 1948. On today's show, we'll look back at a tough Wesleyan game. We'll look ahead to homecoming against Amherst, and we'll talk with two current Williams student-athletes, Osayimwen and Cameron Smith. I'm joined on today's show, as always, by Williams head football coach Mark Raymond. Coach, we're glad you're here.
Good to be here, Malcolm. Thanks.
Wesleyan game was a heartbreaker. The Ephs fell 25-24 in a very close game.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game. If you're a fan, it's a great game to watch. Really proud of this team. They really showed a lot, played with great intensity and focus, and really went down there and played a hell of a game.
Coach, last week when we talked about strength against strength, the Williams rushing game was first in the NESCAC against Wesleyan's defense first against rushing in the NESCAC. I called the philosophy department because I think we've resolved this unstoppable force meeting the immovable object issue. 231 yards, ran the ball against a team that was averaging 85 yards against the rush. You got to be happy about that.
Yeah, we did a really good job. I mean, it was about patience because we knew there were going to be some stops in there, some 0 gains, 1 yard gains, but then we were able to chunk off some good runs with Owen Johansson, Owen McHugh. Made some really good plays in a run game, and we were able to be physical up front and did a really nice job.
Now, anytime you have success on the ground, it starts with the offensive line. Kudos to those guys.
Yeah, they did a nice job. Wesleyan is very physical up front, some really good linebackers, and our guys did a nice job of creating some holes.
Now, it seemed like the second half, the rushing game maybe got on track a little better. Was there any adjustments we made or things that we did differently?
There's a few plays on the menu we brought out, but, it takes time in the run game, right? Doesn't happen immediately, so I think over time you're able to find some creases and wear some people down, but we were able to really get some nice running in the third quarter.
Coach, in the last couple of weeks, very few penalties against Williams, really very few penalties against either team. Is there a difference that you see in sort of the way that the referees are approaching the games? Any perspective on that?
Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, we've cleaned up some of the things that we didn't like, right? Some of the pre-snap stuff, some of the real just kind of sloppy football we played a little bit in the middle of the season. So I'm happy we got that cleaned up. But I think the officiating, they've done a nice job. Obviously, there's a couple here and there we wish we had gone our way, but certainly it happens both ways.
I want to talk with you a little bit about, as we move ahead toward homecoming now, I want to talk to you a little bit about not the Amherst game, we'll get to that in a few minutes, but sort of the state of college football. In Division I, which of course we're not in, there have been a lot of changes. The transfer portal, the name, image, likeness thing where players are basically getting paid to play in Division I. Sure. How do you, as a fan of the Division I game, how do you feel about that? Do you have a perspective on that?
Obviously you read a lot about it. You see how it's affected some teams in major college football and coaches, and talking to some of my friends in the upper levels, it's tough because you're not only recruiting high school juniors and seniors, but you're also recruiting your current players on your roster to try to keep them. So it's added extra dimension to their job, and obviously as a fan you like to see some continuity and amongst teams, and I think that's really changed the landscape a little bit.
Now, as we move toward Division III, and particularly the NESCAC, we haven't seen much that direction, but maybe a few things shading that way, possibly. The transfer portal, for example, in Saturday's game, Wesleyan had a starting safety, Nick Donadio. He ranked 13th in the league in tackles, and year before last he was a student at Colby, so he transferred to Wesleyan.
Sure.
Do you expect to see that kind of thing in the future?
Yeah, I mean it's possible, right? It's always trickled down from the pros to major college football to our level. So I'm sure it'll creep up more and more for our league and our level of football as well.
Now, a number of players this year on other teams are listed as graduate students.
Right.
Nick Donadio is a graduate student. Another young man from Wesleyan, Pat Bajukas. Of course, Xander Zabrowski, the quarterback at Trinity. All listed as graduate students, which is not really an option at Williams. Is that anything of an issue?
No, I don't think so. I mean, just we have some fifth-year guys. Obviously, they had to take a year off, so it was a little bit different dynamic for them. But it's all part of the COVID and what transpired after that. I think you'll see a little bit less of that, but who knows? Just
to be clear, there are no fifth season players.
Correct.
I don't think there are any in NESCAC, as far as I know.
No, I don't think so. If it was, it would have been a medical thing that allowed it.
But these are guys that took a semester off, say last spring,
correct,
so that they could come back and play in the fall. And other teams have done that too, because COVID gave people that option.
Yep.
Okay. The 9 super seniors, as we call them, they're not fifth-year players, but guys who often took off last spring and came back. A special crowd. What's it been like coaching those guys this year?
Well, it's been great. They've done a great job. They've really good leaders from top to bottom. They've added a lot to our program, not only from their presence being here, but on the field as well. Saturday's kind of the culmination for them and finishing out their fourth season of football. So really excited for them and their just their progress through this time. I can't wait to see them walk out there on Saturday.
Amen. And of course all the regular fourth-year seniors also having their final game. I think one in particular that we may want to mention is maybe one of the best kickers to ever come through here. Senior Avant Chiron, a 4-year starter. He's got the record for the most field goals in a game at 5. He's been a real good kicker.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly for sure. He's just steady. From the moment he walked on campus, he's been a great kicker for us and a great teammate too. Sometimes the nature of being a kicker is you're kind of on the side a little bit and get called in when it's your time. But he's been a really big part of this team. He's very well respected from the coaches to the players. He's been a great teammate and great player for us.
We'll talk a little bit about all of your seniors graduating and playing in the Amherst game in a few minutes. Right now, why don't we go take a look at some highlights from the Wesleyan game.
Here we are in defense here. Early in the game, there was a really good possession that Wesleyan had, and we backed them up here with a great blitz.
Mangini on the
Scott
blitz.
And Luke Mangini beats the running back and gets the blitz. Really, really good job coverage-wise and obviously on the blitz. Excuse me. Here's our first touchdown here. Owen takes it up the middle on a draw. Some really good blocking downfield and
designed quarterback draw, coach.
Absolutely, yep. Here's another really good play for us on defense. Again, the Candido guy is tough to get on the ground, and Uwe right there makes a great sack. And again, a sack. Coach makes us pump up those sacks today by Will Gale right there. Here's really good defensive play by Wyatt Cotton, on I think the best receiver in the league. Gets the ball out. Here's Owen Johansson on a
wonderful run,
breakaway run. Really good job.
He's not only powerful, he's fast.
He is. He can run. He's a high school quarterback, and he showed it right there. Here's Will Shesky here, senior for us. Finishes off a run for a touchdown. To get us
one of the super seniors.
Absolutely.
The ball in the end zone.
This is a great play here by Holden Gehring. Again, Wesleyan had it going a little bit on us. They try a little throwback play and Holden comes up with the interception. A huge interception at a big time for us in that game.
his speed really came into
It did.
play there.
Great awareness, very disciplined, great eyes. Comes back and really goes and gets the ball.
Okay. Welcome back to the Williams College Football Show. I'm joined today by two current Williams student athletes, Osayimwen and Cameron Smith. Fellas, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Uwe, maybe you could start. Introduce yourself, your name, and your position.
Yeah, so my name is Osayimwen. I am number 99. I'm a senior.
And your major.
Econ and English, D lineman.
All right. And Cameron, what about you? Your name, your number, position, and your major.
Got it. I'm Cameron Smith, number 91, defensive end, art history major.
Now, coming up now, you guys are seniors, so life's coming at you. Where are we headed next? Cameron, do you know what you're doing next?
I'm going to try to work I'm going to work in the film industry. We'll see if I move to LA. I probably will. But yeah, I'm going to try to make movies.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Uwe, how about you?
Not as glamorous as Cam. Hopefully sometime down the line I join him, but I'll be consulting in Boston.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. It's good to have employment you can count on, but you got to have dreams too, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be making a lot more money, so it's dreams, but not
Well,
making
maybe
much.
in the beginning. We'll see how that
we'll
works
see. Once I
out.
break through, yeah.
All right, now you haven't broken through yet, so
No.
shoes. What kind of shoes you wearing as a poor college student?
Shoes, a lot of Vans. These are like $60. These are nice and cheap. Also, I like Reeboks are nice. But actually, I think I like Chelsea boots.
Chelsea boots.
Yeah.
Exciting. Uwe, how about you? Your shoes.
I think it depends on the day. So, thinking about right now, I'm in Air Forces. I feel like this is a staple in the college community. But if you catch me on a day where I'm trying to really look nice, I might put on my Doc Martens. Yeah, some loafers. Yeah.
He went to
Right.
Catholic school.
These guys are stylish. These guys are stylish. And what about social media? Uwe, your go-to social media?
I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm trying to wean off of social media, but Instagram still gets me, so that's my go-to right now. Yeah.
How much time a day on Instagram?
I want to say like a good 45 minutes maybe. Yeah, I think 45 minutes is pretty accurate. Yeah, 45.
Okay. Cameron, what about you? Your go-to social media?
I mean, it's
sir?
probably Instagram, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to say Letterboxd, which is like a movie reviewing platform. So I use that. But realistically, it's probably Instagram, but that doesn't sound as interesting.
That's not nearly as exciting. I agree with you. Movie box?
It's called Letterboxd.
Letterbox.
And you keep track of the movies you watch, you write reviews, you can read other reviews, follow people.
I'll have to look into that.
Extremely social. Yeah.
Extremely social. Now, as you move out into the world of LA or Boston, and you're going to fancy parties with cheese and crackers, I hope that's all it is. Cheese and crackers on the plate. What kind of cheese do you want to see on a cheese and crackers
I really
plate?
it's like Boursin cheese. I don't know what the actual cheese is called, but the brand I think is Boursin. It's you get it in the cardboard packages. Incredible.
All
Devour.
right.
Yeah.
A Boursin devotee.
Thank you. I know.
Ooh, how about you?
I don't really like cheese that much, honestly, but I think I'll defer to what Cam said. But honestly, if I'm a go-to, I say some Kraft American cheese is really good. That's what I really go to sometimes, but yeah.
Honesty is the best policy. Kraft American cheese. All right, so when you're here on campus and you got to get the work done, as a senior, you've probably got everything under control. But when you have to really study, where do you go to study?
I think it depends on my level of seriousness. If there's work that needs to be done but it's not immediate, I'll go to Sawyer, the 3rd floor, sit by the monitors, catch up with some people while dilly-dallying around an assignment. But if there's a paper or exam that's really important, I probably will go to SCOW, which is the science library, lock myself up in there, and battle with my demons.
Demons in the science library. Cameron, how about you? When it's time to study, where do you go?
It depends if it's nice out. So if it's nice out, I'll work outside, which would be the Wickma Courtyard. I forget the name of it, but it's right outside of Courier Quad. Or to Clark, if I have a car, go to the Clark. The Infinity Pool's cool. But if it's not nice out, which is most of the time, I'll be inside, probably at Sawyer, or the environmental center is really nice. It's nice and cozy in there, especially in the winter. So
Those are some pretty original study spots, guys. Seniors, you figured it out.
we have figured it out, yeah.
Just in time to leave. Just in time to leave.
Now, I'm sure you're going to miss studying, but what you're really probably going to miss the most is your teammates singing. Who's the best singer on the team, Uwe?
I think I have to say Ethan James. We performed the song in the beginning of preseason with the team, and I was really impressed by his vocals. Told him to go on America's Got Talent after that one.
Another Ethan James nomination. Cameron, what about you?
Well, Uwe's being humble because he performed with Ethan James, and it was a duet. I was on guitar, the two of them were singing, so I'm going to have to go both of them.
Is there footage of that?
No,
That's a shame.
just for the team, just for the team.
Maybe we could recreate something like that.
All right, so here's a trivia question, and there's a right answer, which I will reveal to you, but this is mostly about how your minds work and how you approach these things. The longest tenured coach currently coaching football in the NESCAC, 28 years. Can you name the team and the coach?
Is he current?
He is currently coaching.
Oh, it's definitely Mills at Amherst, right?
Yeah, it's EJ Mills.
E.J. Mills it is. He's been there 28 years. And we're going to beat him this year. This year, we're going to beat him on Saturday.
Again.
Yeah, I have no choice.
Certainly not.
Before you came to Williams, tell us about
Your high school, kind of where you grew up, your family back home.
Yeah, so I'm from Methuen, Massachusetts. Went to Central Catholic High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts, town right over. Have two amazing parents. Have two little siblings. One of them is my brother. He's a sophomore here, actually, on the track and field team. And then I have a little sister as well, who's 12 years old. Yeah, played football for the first time at Central. Justice McGrail, he's a junior, is actually from there as well, so nice to have him around here. But yeah, miss home.
any pets at home that you miss?
No, I don't have any pets, but anytime somebody asks me, I'm like, I think a little sister is enough for me. So yeah.
Better than a pet. Talks back too.
Yeah.
How about you, Cam? Tell us about high school and home and family.
Yeah, I'm from Ridgewood High School. Well, I went to Ridgewood High School in Ridgewood, New Jersey. It's just local public school. It was about like 1,700 students, so it's kind of similar in size to Williams, which is interesting. I played football there, played football since third grade. I have an older brother who was the captain of the 2022 Williams football team. And I have two parents who go to basically every game, so very supportive.
Fantastic. You guys are
Surrounded by a lot of really neat people.
I want to ask you to tell the folks something about yourself that they may not know. We'll start with you, Cam. Is there anything that the world doesn't know about you?
Maybe something people don't know about me is that I have my scuba diving license, which I got in middle school, but I haven't used ever since. And I don't really intend on using it because I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know.
But you got it.
I have it in case I could become like a spy or something, or like need to shoot an
Are you
underwater
are
scene.
you sure you're not from California? Because scuba, vans, film. You sure you're not from California?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Uwe, what about you? Something about you that people may not know.
I feel like I'm a pretty boring guy.
Well, now you have a sort of a budding singing career, apparently.
I don't know if singing's my thing I would lead with, but I do like writing a lot. I write poetry quite often. So yeah, that's not something I usually tell people, but that's something you guys can know. Yeah,
That's wonderful. Keep up the poetry.
try my best.
All right, so folks, we want to thank you for being with us all season here on the Williams College Football Show, and we're going to look forward to the Amherst game. It's homecoming right here, 12 noon on Saturday the 9th, right here at Farley-Lamb. Now, of course, as tradition would have it, I need to remind you guys and all the folks out there of the wisdom of Ephs legend Renzi Lamb, who said, if you want to be happy for an hour, get intoxicated. If you want to be happy for 3 days, get married. If you want to be happy for 5 days, kill your pig and eat it. And if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, beat Amherst.
Welcome back to the Williams College Football Show. I'm here with Coach Raymond. We're going to talk about the homecoming contest coming up this Saturday, November the 9th at 12 p.m. right here at Farley-Lamb Field. Coach, Amherst comes into the game 2-6 off of a 45-20 loss to Trinity. Now they were down only 28-20 in the fourth quarter, so they're going to come with their ears pinned back, I imagine.
Yeah, no question. They're a good football team. They've had some tough breaks along the way, played some close games, especially as of late. So we don't expect anything less than a really good Amherst team here Saturday.
Their scoring offense is 9th in the league. Their scoring defense is 10th in the league. Doesn't really matter much in the Little 3 Williams-Amherst game.
Not really. They're typically always good on defense. Ever since I've been in this conference, their defense is always solid. So, again, we're not buying into these stats. We see what we see on tape, and they have good players and good coaches, and it'll be a battle.
Now, you mentioned what you see on tape. It's a little bit interesting this year. Much of the year, their starting quarterback was Michael Morrow. More recently, we've seen a lot more of number 14, a freshman, Marek Hill, 6'3", 230 pounds. He's a big fellow.
He is. He's a big guy. Really good thrower. He's mobile. He's gotten better over the last 3 or 4 weeks, so we'll see his best game Saturday, I'm sure.
He threw 41 times, completed 26 of them for 270 yards and a touchdown against Trinity. He did throw 4 interceptions, but The kid can play.
No question. Yep. He's become more and more accurate over the last couple weeks. They protect him well. Like I said, I'm sure he'll be even better Saturday.
We'll be seeing him for the first time on Saturday, and I have a feeling we may see him for years to come.
Could be.
Let's talk about the defense. Amherst defense led by number 16, their junior defensive back, Luke Harmon, 4th in tackles in NESCAC, averaging over 7 tackles a game.
Yeah, he's a good player. He gave us some problems last year. He had a big game Saturday versus Trinity. He's very active. They blitz him. He's good in pass coverage, and he's certainly someone they kind of funnel things to.
All right, well, we are all looking forward to the homecoming contest against Amherst. Again, that's this Saturday the 9th at 12 noon right here at Farley-Lamb Field.
Coach, thanks for being with us, and beat Amherst.
Absolutely.
Come all ye sons of William, sing, as we march down the field.